button, and we're live.
Amazing. Even in this, everyone, welcome to this heat wave edition of Women Talk Film. I am Sophie. This
Is a puddle of water called Mel, and this.
I'm Emma. I'm always eating. Hi.
She ruins it every time.
I like it, but she's consistent, so that's good. Consistency is key.
Yep.
Anyway, we're women who talk film, and I'm just gonna sort of lie in my puddle of water that is me. Also, that was a very good way of explaining it, Mel. But basically, I'm just gonna hand straight over to Mel because it's time for her to introduce.
Oh, you're doing it already? Oh my god! Oh my god!
We're jumping right in. We're getting
This
right
time-
to the goodness here.
So this time it's going to be very interesting because I have two Netflix tabs open. One of the movie we're going to discuss today and one for next week. And it doesn't tell me which one is which. So it's we're like 50-50. Let's see. What's going to happen. What am I sharing? I'm sharing the right one. All right. Bing, 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 bing. This is the movie I decided on. It's called Lovebirds. It starred Issa Rae and Kumail Nanjiani, and it's a comedy. And the tagline is a fizzling romance, a shocking crime, a ridiculous plan. They can't even figure out their relationship. How will they solve a murder? How will they solve a murder? No one really bloody knows. But it sounded awesome. I've seen the trailer. I don't usually watch trailers a lot because they have a tendency to give a lot away. But there was a bit in the trailer where I was like, just for that tiny little bit of dialogue, I have to watch the entire film. And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good fun. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. I watched it at work today. I just could not stop laughing throughout. And I think like their relationship's really good too, like the two actors and the two characters and stuff. Yeah, I very much enjoyed it, yes.
Okay.
How about you, Sophie?
Can you all still hear me?
Yes.
You can.
I'm sorry,
okay,
what?
because I had to put my phone on silent. I'm not used to working with the phone, people. I'm not a technology person.
Why are you here
but
for
yes,
the phone?
anyway.
Sorry if I missed that.
Okay, so I had a bit of a thing about this one purely because I liked it and I loved the actors. I love Issa Rae. I think she's brilliant, and I don't think she's always the sidekick in a lot of things, and that always sort of got to me because I was like, she has so much potential as a lead.
Yeah.
And I think she did hit it in this movie, but I'll be entirely honest, it just didn't hit perfectly. Like, not perfectly, it didn't hit well for me. Like, there was a lot of comedy there. I just didn't really get in tune with it very well. And as much as I enjoyed it and thought it was quite an easy watch, I also thought that, the plot wasn't wonderfully strong.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on
anyway.
that. Yeah.
So I mean, that's what I thought of it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Issa, I love Kumail, but this was not a movie for me personally. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I get what you mean, because like I'm not sure if I would say I would recommend this to people. It would always be the caveat. It's like what you were saying with like easy watching. That's exactly what it is. You can chuck it on like when you're together with friends or something, having dinner or a party or something. You don't need to pay too much attention to it because it's not highly complicated. A lot of it is really ludicrous and only kind of loosely fits. Like the narrative structure is not that great, but there are gags here and there that kind of like keep the momentum going a bit. And at a certain point, I felt more like I was watching. It's almost like you're watching a parody or an homage to other films. The most obvious one, I think, for me was like, oh, there's an allegory to like Eyes Wide Shut in there and stuff like that. So there are little bits in there to discover, but overall, I think this is not a movie that I would go out of my way watching usually.
Yeah. So for me, do you know what caught me? It was a bit like a 2020 version of Date Night.
Did you see that movie? Date Night with what?
Which one was Date Night again?
It was the one with Steve Carell and Tina Fey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh, that was better. That was better.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was. I mean, it felt a bit like a 2020 style rehash of Date Night, but they were in a much less good place in their relationship than the ones in Date Night were. I mean, the ones in Date Night, they were sort of, their marriage was just getting a little bit stale. They weren't like actively at each other's throats from the beginning of the movie, like in this one. But I mean, either way, that's what sort of hit me first. But yeah, Emma?
No, I was going to say, I think what you were saying, Sophie, about, like, I really enjoyed the film, but there were some scenes that were problematic for me. So yeah, the first scene when, no, not the first scene, so not the montage before the beginning, the credit, I get the name, or whatever it's called. Oh no, it said like, the time lapse, like the time jump. Right, not that bit, not before, but when they were. I don't want to spoil it, so I don't know what I'm.
No, it's like it starts out with something like they're getting together, and then it jumps 4 years later, and their relationship is shit. I think that happens in the first 10 minutes. That's not a spoiler.
Okay, good.
First half ain't spoiler. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. That scene when they were arguing in the apartment, that did bug me because the humor wasn't hitting right. Like they were fighting. And there was meant to be a few jokes from the guy in there, and he would change his tone of voice. Like he'd kind of change how he was saying stuff, but it just wasn't hitting. That whole scene was very uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if it was like badly directed or like just everything was kind of off. But then when they finally left the apartment, I thought the film started really well.
I agree.
I feel like they could have just cut out the first bit and just had them talking in the car. I don't think they even needed that bit in the apartment.
Yeah, it was really long as well. It felt like a very long scene.
Yeah, it felt like they wanted to go through certain steps of the relationship to get us to where the story actually starts kicking off. And you're like, it's not necessary. I mean, as we all probably know now, I'm a huge fan of just plop me right in there. I don't care what the previous was. But I actually agree with Emma. Like, if it had just started with them in the car going to the party with their friends, it would have been perfectly fine. If you needed to iron anything out, maybe you could have done something with like a weird ass flashback when someone gets hit over the head or something, or gets, I don't know, hit in the chest by a horse or whatever happens. But the thing in the apartment, the entire argument, it's like they were trying to have zingers in there and a setup later on for the end. Like you're saying, it just didn't land. And I think it's not the actors or the directing. I think it's just the whole dialogue bit was written so badly. It just didn't work. There was just no fun in it. No matter, like, come on, Johnny, he's really good. Like, I find him really funny most of the time. He has really good comedic timing. So if he's trying to deliver something like this and it really doesn't work, and Issa Rae is great as well. So it's like, if that doesn't work, then it's the material that's just not up to snuff, I think.
Yeah.
And I felt what they were talking about, if it had been written a bit more zingery, if that makes sense, that would have really hit home and would have been fun and would have, it's the same kind of energy they had when they got together. They have the same kind of energy when they're fighting, because that's what most couples are like. But they somehow didn't have that at all. It was an absolute disconnect there. And I was like, why is the scene even there? Can we just please move on? I mean, the thing was when she was saying something along the lines of, you don't like reality TV shows, but you do documentaries. A documentary is basically reality TV that no one watches.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really good line, but it almost felt like such a throwaway, such a waste. Because the was really fucking long. And it didn't really add anything. So it's like, I would have cut that.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys, why are we this way and then this way? Should we do 3?
No, it's because Sophie is on a phone, just like you are sometimes on a phone at the bottom.
Yeah, like normally,
turntables.
Like 3 lines.
I think we started doing that, but now you're like highlighting my absolute terrible state of overheating.
Oh, man.
That's why I was loving.
You want to put a hat on to overheat even more?
I've packed my hats now, so I can't. Sorry?
Why are you not in your room? Is it too hot?
I am in my room. This is my room, but it's my room in a different location.
Huh? Why are you in the bedroom?
I'm up in London today. I'm at my London apartment. So for those of you friends who are watching, I have been doing this show mostly from my my home in Colchester in Essex. So come say hi. I don't mind giving away my location. Colchester's a big town.
We're all around.
Yeah, they
Fans, all the fans.
Yeah, all the 10 people that watch our show.
You know what? We appreciate you 10 people very much. So thank you
Yeah,
for
we
watching.
I appreciate
But yeah, no, so I'm just up today in London, overheating in a different city. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
It's
So
pretty hot.
you'll have to excuse me, but I'll be patting my head to
It's
get rid
because
of my
Sophie
exasperation.
works out a lot, so she sweats a lot, so she needs a towel. That's what it is.
I've not been working out today, so
Doesn't matter.
this
You don't
is
have
just
to
pure
tell
heat wave sweat, baby. That's what's going on here.
You don't have to tell anyone, Sophie. Let's just go like you just came from a boxercise session just to plop your ass in front of the camera and quick.
Your internet's not very good, though, is it over there? Is it?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, just point out all my flaws. Why don't you?
Your face is.
I mean, it's true though. Usually Sophie's camera is the best, her internet's the best, her audio is the best, and
Mine? Her.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Sophie's.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I was like, not me. For sure.
Yeah, no. Today I'm on my second-rate internet sound everything. Apologies.
We'll make
but,
do. It's
yeah.
fine.
So back to the movie.
Back to the movie.
Back to the movie.
Lovebirds.
Enough about me.
So it finally kicks into gear. They just had a fight in their apartment, but they're on their way to like a party with some of their friends. And they're in their car, and on the way they run into a bit of an accident. There's like a cyclist that they crash into the cyclist, right? They crash into him.
Yeah.
They
hit this cyclist.
That's what it is.
First. And then they're
then
sort
the
of in
cop
shock
shows
as the
up.
cyclist decides he wants to go. And then
He's in a real
this
hurry
guy
for
comes out of
some reason.
nowhere.
Yeah. So the cyclist really just wants to get the fuck out. And then a cop shows up that doesn't look very coppy, but then he's actually a cop. And basically does what American cops always do. It's like, I'm going to commandeer your vehicle, and jumps into the vehicle and goes after the cyclist. And the rest.
I'm sorry, just to interject, Emma, as somebody who's been lived in the States, is that a thing? Is that legal?
I don't know.
Can cops just commandeer vehicles?
That is legal, yeah.
You are. I think they are allowed to. I've never seen it, but yeah, I think they're allowed to.
Damn.
But I don't know.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Back to it. I just thought
They serve and protect the public. So yeah, it's like, I'm very sorry, I have to commandeer your vehicle. I'm following a suspect or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so iffy, isn't it? Because just because you see a badge, it's like that doesn't really prove anything.
And the thing that I heard is because most of the time, obviously, they crash your car or damage your car somehow. The police department apparently doesn't have to pay for the damages.
What?
That's what I heard. I'm not sure if that's correct, but that's what I heard. And I was like, fucking hell, that's why no one wants to give their motorcycle or their car or something, because whatever the cops do with it, you have no control over it. You're not going to get any damages repaid. It's like, that's really...
It's like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, whenever Andy Samberg commandeers, there's this episode where he commandeers Zoe Deschanel's vehicle, and she's just like, okay, you're a cop, name one law. And he's just like, don't kill people. And like, it's just like, it takes a while to like actually prove you're a cop. As you say, a badge doesn't do very much. So yeah.
There's so many fake ones out there anyway, but yeah, it was quite interesting. And so we have this amazing car chase where obviously they're freaking out a bit, or you see more the difference between Issa Rae and Kumail again, how they're not on board. Like Kumail is more like, yeah, the cop, let's do it, let's follow the suspect.
He's very helpful, isn't he?
Yeah, and Issa is more like, so they're not on the same page at all. And then everything happens, and we're seeing the cyclist basically repeatedly run over by the cop, which doesn't look very copish or official procedure by the police. And then we get the two onlookers, and that the lady onlooker, she's the one that I saw in the trailer that made me want to watch the movie because she's on the phone. And she's like, "Hello, well, I'd like to report a murder or whatever." And the way he delivers that line, "I'd like to report a murder or whatever," it cracked me up. I watched that 3 or 5 times when the trailer came out because I thought it was hilarious. The way she delivers this line, I was like, I gotta watch this movie just for that thing.
I was gonna say I love the line, even the one at the end. Like it was so funny that they put it in when she's like, I mean, she just so happens to be like African American. I mean, I'm not saying that. They're like,
not why I'm reporting it. It's just and he happens to be a brown person, but
that doesn't. It was so funny.
Yeah, he's like he's just another person of color, I guess.
Oh, person of color.
Like, she doesn't even like. I can't.
Yeah, that actress is absolutely brilliant. This is the one scene she has in the entire film, and for me, it was the most memorable scene of the entire fucking movie. I've seen it, like I said, about 5 times.
Is anybody else's screen frozen?
No, I'm good.
Just your shitty ass.
No, my screen is frozen, but I can clearly hear you guys fine.
So
at the moment, I've just got Emma with a water bottle to her face, me with my hand on my face, and Mel just like looking down. So at the moment, I'm screenless, but I'm not audioless. So it's okay.
So that basically sums the 3 of us up in a nutshell.
You what?
Yeah, basically, it actually does. I should probably screenshot this.
Like this, and me going like, "Oh."
You're still moving though, so don't pick your nose or anything. You know.
I think I've got it back. I think I've got it back. I don't really know what happened there.
Not that that's that important that you
I'm
see.
back.
CD, still there? Can you see them moving?
Are you just moving your from left to right and back? Is that what you're trying to do?
You what?
Are you just moving your tits from left to right and back? Is that what?
I was saying to Sophie, titties, can you see them moving?
Yeah.
To see if you were
no, they're blocked by the by
the
sorry. Bar, I'm afraid.
Oh,
okay, do it again.
I'm sorry, since when did this become a strip show?
I have no idea, but this is just the type of movie that we watch today.
We're both talking at the same fucking time all the time, God damn it.
Everything is just unrelated, just like in the movie. It's just an assortment of scenes that someone cut together.
You know, I was rewatching I was rewatching our Dating Amber video, and we did so well there. This week, it's just all over the fucking place.
It's because it's hard as fuck.
For like 5 months.
Everyone has tech issues. Well, except Emma. So Sophie and I have tech issues. Well, Emma, you were late. There you go.
I have hair issues all the fucking time. So throughout the whole video, I'm just like...
Don't even talk to me about hair issues.
You have no hair. Don't talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't even mind if this one never even sees the day of internet, because I don't really I'm just.
What do you mean sees the day of internet?
My brow.
We are live on the
Disgusting.
internet. You'll see the live of the internet.
I think this one's going down the drain because I don't think I have much to say about the film. I very much enjoyed it.
I know that, but you know.
No, shut up, Sophie. I wasn't talking to you. I mean, I was.
How rude. How rude.
No, I was talking to you. I just meant in general. Like,
but the one thing that surprised me, I didn't actually, I didn't look it up, but the blonde lady that basically starts the torture scene isn't the lady from
Anna Camp.
Thank you. Right, that's the same one. I was
Desperados. Anna Camp.
I know his face. I know his voice. Oh, she's in this as well. That was kind of funny. Yeah, being tortured with like bacon grease.
PSA, kids, that's how not to wear your mask.
Yes, can people please wear their mask?
Interject there. Emma was.
This is how
not to wear your mask.
This is how you do it. If I can even do it.
Oh my God.
Yes. This is how you do it.
Okay, I'm sorry, Mel. Please keep talking. I just thought I'd get that in there while she still had it on her face.
No, I just thought it was like certain bits were quite funny. Like I liked that she was grilling her or making her bacon. And I was like, the bacon has all my attention. I don't really care about the scene because it's me about halfway through. And then it was like, shit, and then I was like, what would I choose? Getting hot bacon grease on my face or choosing door number 1? And I was like, yeah, I would have one because bacon grease in my face is not something I want. So let's just figure out what's behind door number 1. And that was a horse. And when he's like, is that going to shit on me? It's like, dude, it's not going to shit on you. It's just going to hit you in the face. And it hit him in the chest. And I was like, yeah, I would take the horse.
Well, no, to be fair, though. To be fair, though, genuinely, I thought it was going to just, like, absolutely, like, fart stream his face for a minute. And then he said, oh, is it going to shit on me? And I was like, oh, no, it's going to kick him. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So like it took a minute for it to land for me, but yeah.
That was another rather uneventful scene for some reason. It's really weird. It's like overall, I would say that I enjoyed the film, but it's not very memorable. You know, it's like you're saying, Sophie, it's easy watching. It goes in here and out the other way straight away. There's nothing really memorable that sticks with you, but you can watch it, you know, if you're bored. But the more we dissect it, the more like this scene was bullshit. This scene didn't add anything to this. This scene didn't add anything here. And I think that's probably what the big problem of the film is, that there's nothing that really...
I disagree with that. I think that scene was there for a reason, because the film was not just about... the film wasn't just about them solving crime and stuff. They had to fix their relationship. And that without that scene, you wouldn't have had the next scene in the shopping center or whatever, which brought them closer together, and then it wouldn't have brought them to another thing and another thing. I think that scene was definitely needed.
Everything brought them closer together. I do agree with that, but you knew that was going to happen from the start of the movie, right?
I don't know.
Really? That didn't say...
I don't know. Like for me, it wasn't. What's it called?
Predictable?
Yes, that's it. Thank you. It wasn't for me because there was a lot of hinting that like she would get with the other guy, and like there was a lot of stuff hinting that she had already maybe done something with him, or like just I don't know, like. Yeah, they were going to go through this thing together, but it didn't really mean that at the end they were going to end up together 100%.
I really thought that was going to happen. I would have been surprised if they didn't end up together at the end of the film.
Yeah. That's it. So
I mean, sort of devil's advocate here, but I kind of would have liked that for them to have just remained like really good friends, because it would have been a nice thing for them to have sort of figure out that actually now their relationship works on this level instead of this level, and that's okay. Because this is the thing, it was a similar thing with the Desperados film. It's just like that it focused on the idea that you have to get into a relationship and you have to have this happy ever after, which is great, but also I mean in my experience not always realistic. So it's just sort of like weighing that up depending on whether but I'm guessing we're spoiling now, but
oh yeah, sorry, spoilers. Oops, too late.
Oops. Okay, big klaxon spoiler, but I mean, for the most part I just thought the big twist did not hit. It landed in, we're not talking about this landing rickety on the runway. We're talking about this twist landing in the field next to the airport. That's where this twist landed for me. Mel, I mean, it's your movie. Please explain us the twist, because it was just.
No, Emma,
I mean, are we talking about different twists here? Because the twist that I'm thinking of, it hit for me. But I don't know which one you're talking about. I don't know if they were.
What are you talking about, Emma?
I'm talking about the twist that the cop was actually a real cop, because I didn't think he was from the beginning of the film. And then when he was driving him, towards the end of the film, and he and the guy was like, "Oh, so you're not really a real cop, or like they're gonna come find you because you've taken the car or whatever." And he was like, "Oh, I am a real cop." and I've been doing this, 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 and that. To me, that hit because I did not expect him to be a real cop. Like throughout the whole film, he did not act like a cop at all.
I kind of had an inkling that he might just be a dirty cop, to be honest, because it was just sort of like, you know, throughout the movie. I mean, okay, somebody saying that they're a police officer, it definitely wasn't believable in the first instance, but you know, it's the sort of thing where a cop, you know, this whole idea about dirty cops getting like frat boys to like do their jobs for them, and they're not doing all of the dirty work. That sort of, you know, maybe tipped something off for me, but it just didn't hit for me. And it, you know, the stuff about like the sex cult, I mean, it just sort of didn't land at all for me. I just thought it was a little bit crass and unnecessary.
I thought
it didn't, you know.
But that's what the whole film is about. That's what that was the cop's job. So I think, you know, you had to have it, or else what was he doing?
Well, no, absolutely. I'm not saying you didn't, but I just think they could have. They could have
decided on something else that would have had more of an oomph when it was revealed. Because for me, the twist, I didn't actually see it coming. I also thought the guy doesn't look very much like a cop. As he got in the car, I was like, guys, I think you're following potentially a good guy, because this guy looks like a fucking gangster to me.
Yeah.
When it turned out that he was a cop, I was like, oh, that's a good twist. So now we're going to find out that he actually is a good guy and he's going to do something else. So if they had given him, let's say, like, not necessarily a hero storyline, but something positive to do at the end, instead of him having just turned into a bad cop. So it doesn't actually matter that he is really a cop. He's still a fucking bad guy, but he's a bad guy with a badge. So it's like, who fucking cares? That's not a twist. You're telling me the bad guy is still a bad guy, but he's got a badge. Great. The bad guy's a bad guy, but he's wearing a baseball cap. The bad guy's a bad guy, but he's sensitive. So that didn't matter to me. I thought it would have landed so much better if it turned out that the guy actually was a cop. And I'm not saying that he needs to be like clean hero, like awesome, but just do something positive to kind of like turn this entire stereotype on its head and be an actual surprise.
I don't know. I mean,
that would have been a bit difficult because he literally ran someone over 4 times at the beginning of the film. So I don't entirely know how that would have been redemptionized, but
you could find something out about the guy that he ran over. I mean, obviously it's not completely legal, but it's kind of like he's a dirty Harry kind of cop, you know? So he's a good guy, but
a little illegal, just a pinch of illegal.
But you know, we have lots of movies and stories where whoever, like police officer or enforcement officer, is not completely playing by the rule book just to get jobs done. That's mean
like every day in America, and those are not good cops. I don't think you could have turned him into a good cop even if you tried. If you're going to run someone over, there's no good side of that at all. But I loved the twist. I don't think there would have been any other twist to have. Like I don't know. I think it was all written that way for a reason, and I think it's the first time that in my head everything linked, like A, B, C, D, E, like it was all there for a reason, like story-wise, like written-wise, you know what I mean? Like nothing kind of went, oh, why are they there now? Oh, they're there because of this. Oh, but why are they? Oh, because of that. I didn't really have, apart from the first scene when they had the argument, like I was just like, oh my God, this is too much. But to be honest with you, actually, my favorite scene was the scene at the sex show, because the comedy between them was just going like, oh my God, what's going on? And like just very quiet, and like people going, and just that whole scene I thought was actually really good.
I liked the scene. I mean, the twist didn't hit, but I liked the scene. Yeah, I'm not saying I didn't like the scene, because I liked the back and forth. But yeah.
See, the twist that I really, twist that I really like, that I thought they could have milked a lot more and made something better out of, is when it's finally revealed that New York City has shitloads of traffic cams and they caught all this shit and they're running from the cops for no reason.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. So I was like, when that was finally revealed and they were like, oh my God, we've been worrying about this for no reason. We've been doing all this shit for absolute nothing. That to me was a better twist. And I was hoping that more would come of that, if that makes sense. And then it didn't. And I thought it was almost like a wasted opportunity, unfortunately. But for me, that twist was a lot more fun to watch than to find out the bad guy is also a bad cop, if that makes sense. So for me, the twist was they have no reason to run. They are innocent. The cops calling. And some of the funniest scenes actually is when the cops are calling in the weird situations, like when they're in the restaurant or something, and she actually answers the phone, and you can see it on his face, like, why are you answering the phone? And he chucks it in the milkshake. I thought that was hilarious. And later on in the car as well. So that really worked for me, because I was like, maybe you should just do what he wants to do, like call the fucking cops. So for me, that worked on a different level quite well. But then when it was finally revealed, it felt like they just left it dangling, and then they totally forgot about it and went somewhere else, which I thought was
yeah. Look at us all having different views, eh?
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
I liked the two together. I thought they made like an interesting acting couple, if that makes sense. Not a couple.
They had a good rapport. They did.
Yeah.
I
Like
think.
they had good chemistry. They worked really well together. And I would like to see a team up like that again, maybe with a slightly better, funnier script. And maybe also not to fall into the stereotype of just because it's a rom-com doesn't mean that they have to patch up their relationship at the end and just make everything work again, just because they just went through all kinds of shit together. I agree with Sophie on that it would have been way more interesting if they had just learned to kind of like cohabit for a while, or, you know, just make their relationship work on an entirely different level, showing that both of them have evolved through what they were going through. But maybe that's too much to ask from a rom-com. I don't know. Emma.
I was going to say, who else hated their friends? Every time their friends came in, I hated them. They were so rude and like, you know, like not the type of friends that you want to have. Just very like, I don't know. Those scenes were so weird to me. Like
They were very blasé and unsupportive people, and I just really didn't like any of them very much. I just thought they were really, you know, boring. I mean,
They
you
were
know,
really superficial.
yeah.
Like, the first thing they ask is not, wow, dude, what happened to your face? The way I remember it, they ask, what the fuck you wearing, man?
wearing, yeah, exactly.
No one gives a shit about his battered face.
Yeah.
If I'm in a room and my friends go, what you wearing, Mel? And I look like someone just bulldozed my face, I'm like, well, geez, thanks for the priorities, guys.
Yeah. I love it when he's like, what the fuck are you wearing?
Yeah, it's like, what's it matter what I'm wearing?
Turtleneck.
Yeah, turtleneck. It was just so weird. It's like those that I thought we were in New York. It feels like, you know, those sort of like rich folk that aren't mega rich, but they think that they're like the shit.
Yeah.
And they need to wear like all the branded crap and all of that stuff. And that's why like the superficiality is so important to them. That's how I clocked them pretty much the first time they walked into that room. And I was like, I would probably walk straight out again. I would take the fruit that looks the most delicious, take that with me and get the fuck out. That's what I would have probably done. They looked horrendous.
I didn't have time for them at all. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was like, don't want to know these people. Let's get the fuck out. I liked, however, how they were talking about, it's like, oh, it's so weird. Like, I can't remember the passcode for my phone.
That's funny.
Like, this is obviously shit. But I love that it worked.
Yeah.
So actually quite hilarious. And then when they're doing all the tech talk and stuff, it's like, yeah, whatever. So
I'll be entirely honest, right? The only time in this film that I properly like boom laughed out loud was the last scene. The very last scene. The very end of the last scene.
Oh, the Amazing Race thing.
Yeah, when the horses appeared. That was literally the only time that I actually went,
oh, you kidding.
Speaking of horses.
Like, no, genuinely. I mean, for the rest of the movie, it was sort of like maybe a chuckle or like a, but it was never like super You know.
Yeah, that whole thing in London felt so tacked on. And it's like, we mentioned this in Act 1. We have to bring it up again in Act 3, because otherwise we don't have anything from Act 1 to bring up in Act 3. So let's do it with The Amazing Race. But the only thing that I really wanted from the entire film was the unicorn hoodie that she got in the supermarket. And I was like, I want that. I want that now.
That was
I
good.
wanted
It
his
had a
hat.
horn. I so wanted it.
I wanted his hat that said blessed.
That was also good. You get the hat, I get the hoodie, Emma gets something.
Absolutely nothing. I get fucked. That's fine. Take it.
Yeah, you're married, you don't get anything now.
Yes. You
I'm
got
married yet.
You go.
All right. So, okay, I think we don't have much to talk about in regards to this film. I have to admit that I think my expectations were a bit higher than just from watching the trailer. Then the film actually, the film didn't meet them. So, shall we do the whole thingy-mabob?
I didn't watch the trailer actually, so the film was fine. Well, I lost my hand. Yep.
Yeah, see, this is why we don't do it that close anymore. Because we're like, shit,
All right.
heard, what do we do? Yeah, so definitely.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I thought we were already.
What?
I'm totally Switzerland here. right in the middle. So yeah, overall, it's one of the ones that you just immediately forget after you've just watched it. So I think
I wanted it to be better. I did, but it just felt like a rehash of Date Night, and Date Night is fucking hilarious. So
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen
good. It's very good.
And the thing is that I didn't watch the trailer, and actually, to be honest with you, I preferred this film over Mom Dinner or whatever the fuck we watched the first week.
Really? Wow,
I preferred this. I got the characters more. I could relate to them more, I felt. I got the humor. Maybe it's because I'm more American, I guess. I don't know. I just, everything, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I mean, the Anna Camp scene was it wasn't strange what was in it, but it was strange that her character didn't come back up. That was it. It felt like she was gonna be the bad guy throughout the film, but she only came up once, and then once she got like knocked down, that was it. They only saw her with a mask on, and that was that. But so that was a bit weird. It was like characters were coming and going without really any, I don't know what to call it, need or something. I don't know. But
well, I think we all know how Mel feels about your opinion.
Yeah, she's fucking gone. She's fucked off.
That's it. It's done. She's not having any more of this. She can't.
Be like, so hi, Sophie. Oh, hello.
Nah.
Excuse
Is
me.
there a reason you decided you didn't want to be with us anymore?
Yeah, emergency at the door.
Oh, right. Okay.
All good. It's like damn timing.
Sorry, I'm not young because it's boring.
So yeah, that's probably what we all think of the film. And it's also odd and we're not paying attention, so it's like, oh.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, it's I need to like. This thing, I can't even go outside because of bugs.
Because of bugs? Oh, do you still have bugs walking up your window? Because last time you lots of
not
bugs.
Right now that I can see, but because I have got the light on, I've got the window closed. But
fair enough.
yeah, but they are still existing. Apparently, they were getting moths around here. So
bugs exist. All right. So, do we have any like final words about the movie? So we're all.
No, I liked it. People watch it, and they may enjoy it, or they may not. Who knows?
Yeah, I think it's the one that you just watch it and form your own opinion.
Yeah.
Like with everything, to be fair, just watch it yourself.
Yeah, but there are ones that will be like, if you don't like this movie, then we'll cut you, such as The Old God. You know,
She will. Okay, she cuts you. I will run you over with a bulldozer after she cuts.
With a bulldozer, that's so specific.
I know. I don't know why I have this image in my head right now. I don't know.
Fair enough.
fine.
Yeah.
Sophie, how long are
On
you?
that wonderful note.
Oh, not wonderful now. Shall we?
Sophie, I've been trying to ask you, how long are you in London for? For like 10 minutes now. How long are you in London for?
Well, I'm in London just for today, just because they had a couple of viewings of places.
Alright.
And then I'm back for a good week and a half on Sunday. So this is just an overnight, but I will be back in London on Sunday. So
I'm
Alright.
off next week. We should hang out if you want. Masks included, of course.
Masks
sounds
need
like
to
a
be.
plan. Social distancing, COVID-19 protocols in place.
Bubble? Who knows? Ow.
But yeah,
Okay. This has definitely deteriorated.
absolutely.
Now, should we just stop while we're ahead?
Okay, do we want to any final words on this movie before we go to the movie that we watch for next week?
Yeah.
No. Hey, this is what we have to
Nah.
say. About
Just
film.
really, I've
Silence,
forgotten
crickets.
half of it already.
We didn't even have cricket, so there you go. So make up your own mind. More like a yeah, but if you've got nothing else to do, try it out. So for
Yeah.
Sophie decided what we're gonna watch.
It's my week. So
Look.
Mel, if you please.
Yeah, just have a look.
She died. I think
Oh.
she did that.
Oh right, no, I think she did, yeah, because
Yeah.
you
It was
and
a
I
weird
still.
noise.
She.
It just like, and then she left.
No, and with a bloop, I left.
Sophie.
Exit stage left, pursued by a bear. My
So-
PC froze.
Oh, yeah.
So we're
Sophie!
currently live with no way of stopping the feed because Mel's the one who controls everything. So what do we do?
No, let's talk about stuff. Sophie, tell me, what can I do with my hair?
Oh, bitch. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Help me, because this is not a thing, okay? So I got my hair cut, as you can see. What did she say?
Mhm.
Anyone still there? Yes. And I don't know what to do with this fringe because I have this stupid cowlick that you see right here. Like, wait, where is it? Yeah, there it is. Wait. Right? It doesn't matter what I just don't know what to do with my hair. I'm so close to just going zzz.
I mean, that's a real hot look right now. A lot of people are just doing that.
Okay. Now I'm not back, but apparently you guys are live. But I'm completely frozen. I can't do anything. My entire computer is just frozen.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you and we can see you. You're moving fine.
Okay. I can hear you guys. So at the moment, I can't share the screen.
That is
So,
cool. All right, what
Oh
film?
god, I can't either. Are you on your computer, Emma?
Yes, I
no,
am.
just talk about the movie for next week, Sophie. Just introduce it
Okay,
without.
right. Well, just for okay, so basically the movie I've chosen, I've gone off a new release, just because I think it's quite fun when we watch things that are super current. So for next week, we are watching a movie called Project Power. And Project Power has Jamie Foxx in it. I can't remember who else is in it, but it's got a pretty good cast. Joseph Gordon-Levitt as well. And it's basically about there's this pill that gets invented where for 5 minutes, if you take this pill, you will have superpowers for 5 minutes, but you could also die.
It's not really doing anything.
So, I mean, that's as far as I got before I was like, yep, let's watch this. Emma,
Yeah,
do you want to read out the rest of the synopsis?
Yes. An ex-soldier, a teen, and a cop collide in New Orleans again as they hunt New Orleans. Is that what you said? As they hunt for the source behind a dangerous new pill that grants users temporary superpowers. That's it.
I think I've seen the trailer. It looked really good. I put it in my list of things to watch. But
Yeah. So that is coming on to UK Netflix. That is released on the 14th. So we will be able to watch that this week in time for next week. So yeah,
amazing.
that's our movie for next week.
I can't
Do you
wait.
want to tell us, Sophie? Do you want to tell us about what else is happening next week?
Next week is going to be our last show. Yeah, we're going on a bit of a hiatus because I work too much.
Basically,
no,
sort of. I mean, I think generally it's just that life's getting a bit in the way.
Madame, I was speaking, Madame.
I'm sorry.
We are going on a hiatus because we all have quite a lot of things going on. It might be a long one, might not be a long one. We don't know. We haven't decided yet when we're coming back, but definitely October time, if any time. If not, it'll be before for sure.
Yeah.
Think of next week as the season 1A finale. Season 1. This is like our season 1A finale, and season 1B is coming in the autumn.
Yes.
That's basically what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, I'll see. Maybe we can find some co-hosts to substitute for you or whatever. But we're gonna work. So at the moment, it looks like next Monday is gonna be our last show until potentially October. But stay tuned. And just follow us. Like subscribe here on YouTube if it's working for you, because my computer is still frozen. And follow us on Twitter at WomenTalkFilm with the number 1 at the end. I would show it to you, but I can't. So take my word for it. It's
I'm not entirely sure how you're going to be able to stop.
I will just close the browser and should stop everything. That's my theory behind all.
Okay, cool. Carry on. Sorry.
So go to Twitter at WomenTalkFilm with the number 1 at the end and follow us. And better to just subscribe on YouTube anyway. So if you're here on YouTube, just hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button.
Subscribe button.
Yeah, just sub it all and subscribe, and then you're not going to miss out, because that's the best way to do it.
Yeah. I don't know how many watches we have and how many views we get. We've been doing okay, but I think in general, just for who is watching, we really appreciate you coming and watching our stuff. This is our pure, unedited chats about movies. As you can see, it's completely unedited. It's live. This is just our passion, and we just want to talk about it. So it's been really nice to be able to share that with 2 of my very good friends as well. And as much as we might be going on a hiatus, it's just very nice to be able to have this time every Monday night to talk to you guys. So I just thought I'd say that. But we'll
definitely be back.
We will. Yes,
we will. Like the Terminator, we will be back.
I mean, I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger, nor would I want to be, but
me neither. But we're not gonna be back.
You could be what's her name? The girl from the newest one. Oh, it was so good. The newest film.
Oh, you mean Mackenzie Davis? Oh my gosh,
she's so good.
Yeah.
Like that.
When we went to the cinema, my friend who was sitting next to me, as soon as she came up on screen, he just gave me, that sideways look. It's like, Mel's going to be very happy right now, right? Okay. I was like, yeah, I am. Thank you.
That film was good. I really enjoyed that film.
Yeah, I enjoyed that as well. It's a shame it didn't do very well.
Yeah. Stupid men. What?
Yeah. But on that note, more tangents. We like our tangents. But I'm gonna X out, and I hope it's gonna stop the stream so that people are not gonna see the rest happen in my bedroom, because no one really needs to see this. Okay. See you guys next Monday.
You X out, and we'll let you know if it's still going. Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. And hopefully close.
Oh no. She froze. She's frozen, but we're still live.
What do we do? No.
I don't know. She just messaged going close. Nope.
What do we do if we both leave? Do you think it'll stop?
Still going, but you're completely frozen, and we don't know what to do. I just messaged her. Oh, well, hi. It's now the Sophie and Emily show. So, and the Frozen Mail, apparently. But either way, hi. How are you all? If you haven't seen a short film called The Date, go on Amazon Prime and look it up. If you want to support you know, an LGBT film that is going to be made this year, you can do so. Oh, fuck, she's gone. She's gone, and we're still alive.
Oh, I'm still here.
No!
We're trapped.
You're still alive, but now you're gone. So how do we stop it?
I think if we both leave, then it will stop.
Yeah,
we both have to leave at like the same time.
But if it didn't,
So get your promotion out of the way, and then we'll get off before this video gets too long.
If any too long, it's 50 minutes. If anybody wants to support a lovely queer film, you may do so. I don't know how to promote the website. Yeah.
Search From A to Q on Indiegogo or Kickstarter?
On Indiegogo. Find it. That would be lovely. Nobody's watching this. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't think leaving is going to do anything.
It's going to be the endless thing. Right. If we both leave and see what's happened, we'll talk to Mel.
Okay. So leave studio.
All right, so, yeah, 3, 2, 1.